Hey, what's up, guys? Agamatsu here, and today I'm with Jax as well as some other mod teams, and we're going to be just be doing I guess you could call it a mod questionnaire. So how about we start with a couple questions? This comes from my boy Kiwi. He says, "Are ban lists applied to Deep Woken?"
To answer that, some specific bands probably will be, but for the most part, no, they won't be.
All right. Another question is, why doesn't Arc remove toxic mods that don't do restores or anything useful?
Well, he's a developer, that's not really his job, but the head mod, he doesn't do that because the mod system works in a way that most people don't really realize in a way. It's more of a trust system compared to just people like building up logs and numbers. So if you don't do restores and you have an actual reason that most of the player base probably won't even know about, that's a really good excuse to like keep your mod but not do restores at the same time. Some mods are just tired out and they do what they can because the game's like in its last stages, so you know, it's just really do what you can. It's based off of trust. Yeah.
I appreciate the long explanation. So a question from King Lazy says, "Are the same mods going to be the mods in Deep Woken, or do they have to become a mod like everyone else?"
I don't know fully, but apparently the mods aren't going to be the same, so there's going to be opportunities for other people.
All right. So now some deep questions from my friend Kevin again. He said, "What made you consider becoming a mod despite all the negative attention that mods get?"
Whew, okay, well, obviously there's a lot of benefits that come to being a mod. For example, like being known, people obviously talk to you more, all of that. You can actually help people out. It's just, in my opinion, I like being a mod. I don't mind it despite all the negativity. If you're in this community in the first place and you're deep into like the rogue community, you have to like learn how to kind of center it out the negativity, and then you're pretty much good. Like it becomes way more straightforward. I don't think that most mods get negative attention that often compared to before, but you know, toxicity has always been a thing in the community, so there's no stopping that. But I just in general, I like helping people. The short answer.
All right. Thanks. By the way, thank you for just like answering these questions with like such depth. I'm quite
Nah,
sure
I
the
don't mind.
fans will really like that. What did you think, or what did you think you would contribute to alleviate the negative image that the mod team has? So, like, what would you do to try and fix up the image that they have?
uh, I don't think there really is a way to help that image. People are gonna think of mods in a certain way, and most people in this community, to certain YouTubers, they'd see a video and they're like, "Damn." They just hop on the bandwagon. There's not much you can do about that. You know, it's just how people act. So, the most I can do is, you know, help other mods and like just be cool and go with the flow and try helping as many people as I can.
All right, thank you for that. Next question. Do you respect all the mods on the mod team, or are there some that you have mixed feelings about?
I definitely respect all of them 100%. A lot of them are older players and they just generally don't do as much, but they're still really, really valued and their insight is like really important on some matters. So yeah, I respect all of them.
All right, great answer. How do you view House Mudak and what they are allowed to do?
Um, I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty sure most of the player base finds what they do pretty funny, but they don't also know what happens behind the scenes. So I can't really, I don't think I can say too much, but um, Mudok definitely helps behind the scenes, and there's definitely more pros than cons in that situation. So despite what you think, um, it really does help. Like Rogue would be really different without Mudok. So
All right, great answer. Appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, when you ban people with big names in the community such as Meep, why do you not release all the proof that you have so the community does not think you are clout chasers or attention seekers, etc.? This comes from Lumi Void.
To be honest, sometimes it is cloud chasing. It's just pretty funny to see all the sheep get mad at a certain situation that's really not a big deal in hindsight. But we also can't really release proof to a certain point. It's hard to explain. I don't want to put out like too much. I don't know how much I can talk about, but mods are generally like not supposed to release proof of bans or anything like that. So that's why like we're not allowed to. We don't make the rules. So
I see. Well, just to add on, I would assume that it's because if there's like a set rule book, people are gonna find ways to bend the rules, I assume.
Something like that, yeah, probably. Yeah, it's basically it.
Next question. This is for the mods. Have you ever had to ban one of your close friends who've exploited, and why? This comes from I'm the Funny.
I don't know. Maybe some have, but I haven't personally because I pick out my friends. I only talk to like really good friends, and you know, if I'm associating with them in the first place, I know they don't do anything sketchy. Definitely in this community, and especially if you're associated with somebody that does something bad, even if you don't know, it's detrimental to your reputation. So you know, I have a few friends like banned for a certain thing, but you know, I know that they play the game legitimate, don't black market or do anything serious, so I don't see a reason to completely ignore my friends over that. So no, I've simple answer, I haven't had to ban any friends for doing any of that.
Alright, thank you so much. This comes from Kevin again. So when it comes to false bans, is it the result of careless decision making or the mods abusing their power?
Generally mods, there's like been very few situations where it like looks like mods are 100% abusing their power, quote unquote. But false bans, I'm gonna be completely honest, false bans really don't happen often. I'm pretty sure this is like a question most people have, but like when you go on ban appeals and you see a bunch of people getting banned, they're literally appealing accounts that have proof of them flying around the map and like ignising people. Like most of it is just exploiters trying to appeal, saying they got flung when really the game just banned them for an exploit. So I've seen a lot of people get banned. You have to have proof to actually get unbanned. You know, it makes sense. You can't just get unbanned and say like, I swear the game just banned me randomly, you know? So I don't think it's either, to be honest. I think the very few times that maybe a false ban has happened and it's the mod's fault, I don't think it's really them being careless. I think it's more of like looking over something, because it is harder when you actually become a mod. There's a lot of things to look at when you're banning somebody. So
I see. All right, thank you. How do you gather evidence to 100% prove that some artifact houses are black marketing? And he gave Kuso as an example.
Yeah. I'm not sure how much I should say. There's no specific way to gather evidence. There's nothing mods specifically do, and even if there was, I can't really say anything, because then all the houses would be like, damn, we won't do this. So let's see. To prove their black marketing, obviously you have to put together a bunch of proof. You know, in a few instances I put together a bigger ban. I have you know, you just have to list the categories, put the proof inside, and then you present it. And if it's a house ban, developer has to look over it anyway, so either way there's really no realistic false house bans. So most people shouldn't worry about that.
I see. And just to add on, this is just a personal question I was always wondering. do you know or do you feel as if that you personally would be like, okay, there's going to be a couple people we know that are going to be caught up in a house band, but it's for the greater good? Is that like the attitude show towards house bands? Because there obviously has to be like some innocent people caught up in house bands.
Maybe, but if we're using the example of Kuso here, I know personally a few. I've helped actually somebody, that November dude. I helped him appeal his Kuso ban. Like, there's been innocent people that have been appealed. Sure, it gets people at first, but like in the end, a lot of black marketers and corrupt houses have been taken down due to the house ban. So I'd say it's worth it in all, especially with the fact that there's been quite a few appeals for it, and they've gone through and gotten unbanned.
All right, thank you. So this comes from Lumi Void again. He feels, why do some mods feel the need to show off how many people they ban?
I've never seen that, to be honest. If you're talking about like saying haha I banned the YouTuber Kanda, he literally only does that to get people like
Upset?
people's reaction. Not upset, more just people's reaction towards him, because you know that's the only reason he does it. He doesn't do it to flex how many bans he has, or he'd purposely ban all the YouTubers. The YouTubers aren't realistically targeted. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see mods flex log numbers normally. Like, there's a lot of mods. Dawson, for example, that dude has like 2,000 mod actions, and
Wow.
like nobody knows of Dawson. So like, he could easily be in player general every day, flexing his 2K mod actions, being like, yeah, just ban the new exploiter. But most mods don't.
All right, great response.
Mm-hmm.
Motivates you to keep modding while not even getting paid? This comes from Kiwi.
For some reason, I know I might have a mental illness, but I actually enjoy the game with friends. Not solo, but with friends, I enjoy it. So I don't see a reason why I can't enjoy the game, and I want to help the game too. I want to help the community. As I said before, I don't mind helping people at all. So there goes to a certain limit. I don't mind helping people, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna restore 24/7 and keep my DMs open all the time. And you know, I have to have some time to myself to actually do things, because I'm a person too. But you know, it just goes along with actually playing the game for me. For other people, they probably just keep it because they're valued members and trusted people that have been in the community. And as I said before, their insight is like really useful in some cases behind the scenes. So
I see. So this comes from King Lazy. Why do you guys seem to hate Cap Casino, especially Forefathers?
Nobody really hates Cap Casino. I don't know why people. Actually, I do know why people get that perspective, but nobody really hates him. I didn't even know who Cap was before, to be completely honest. The only time I think about him is when somebody mentions me to him. The last one was like, I think, a video involving me that he made. Yeah, I don't know. People really don't like, mods don't hate Cap. It's just a lot of problems come with some things Cap says, and he knows he has a viewer base that his viewer base are basically sheep. They will hear what he says and only think about his perspective, and they don't have their own mind and actually like have their own like formed opinion about any matter. So it's basically just Cap Casino giving people, you know, one certain opinion on a certain mod, which causes a lot of issues, but nobody hates him. This game can't go as far as like, I'm not gonna hate over Rogue Lineage. Like, there's no reason to.
Alright, thank you for that.
Yeah.
This comes from Just Call Me Wilson. How exactly do you become a mod?
Okay, you can be in certain friend groups obviously and get recommended into mod. That's where the Gallica and Malkavian jokes come in, because there's a lot of Malk and Gallica mods. I was trying to become a mod for like a year straight before I actually became a mod. what I did personally, I don't know. I didn't try to become a mod. It was just more of like I met mods and then the opportunity came up. It was brought up to me. I think Sizod was the first one to bring it up to me, and then it just went from there. I just got recommendations, and next thing I know, I was a junior mod.
I see. Well, that was an interesting story. This comes from Kevin again. Due to the amount of nuances present when dealing with a ban appeal, how do you guys efficiently and accurately discern whether the player is genuinely appealing with honesty versus dishonesty? So basically, how can you tell if somebody's being honest or not in a ban appeal?
Well, I mean, obviously, the logs play a big part. If you see somebody appealing saying I got flung, and then the game's like I banned them for exploiting, you're gonna believe the game and not the player, because most people in ban appeals, they have like a 90% chance of like being exploiters for the most part. Like I could go into ban appeals right now and probably get a few bans just off of Discord, because people are appealing accounts they think they can get unbanned, but they just straight up like exploited on it. So when it comes to actual ban appeals, you never usually get appealed if you don't have proof. Obviously, you need proof, just like you need proof for restores, or to get somebody else banned, you need proof to get yourself unbanned. So you don't really tell whether they're honest or not. You just kind of know through logs and through video. And if they have a video and it proves them innocent, boom, they get unbanned.
I see. All right. Thank you for that in-depth answer, because, you know, a lot of people, they always say, I believe they always ask, like, yo, I got falsely banned, and I believe they don't pull up with any proof, so that might be the reason why they always get rejected, I assume.
Yeah, well, sometimes people just say that out of pure not innocence, so what I'm looking for, confusion, because people will be in a black market server and then get banned and be like, why did I get banned? That was false ban, there's no reason. So that's probably where that comes from.
I see. Alright. Another question that comes from Mikorlon. He says, why is the process for getting restores and or getting unbanned sometimes delayed or very slow?
Who else? Mikorlon? Mikorlon, if you're having an issue getting a restore, I'm surprised. There's like quite, I can understand before the junior mod era that maybe that was hard, but there's junior mods like actively restoring every day. There's at least one, maybe not all the time, obviously not 24/7, because realistically you can't get that many trusted people onto the mod team to restore 24/7 like that. Like it just won't work, it's not realistic. But there's been quite a few juniors working to do restores. Mods usually focus on bans, but they do restores too when they can. It's just more of I don't know, maybe you're not reaching out enough. There's a new ticket system in the Rogue Discord, and it connects you like basically with a mod. If you need exploiter report or like for restores, you can do the junior mods. You get in contact with the junior mods through the ticket. It gives you like your own private channel and everything to talk and show your proof. So personally, this is a personal question. Do you believe that the ticket system is really fast and a lot more effective than, for example, DMing a moderator or pinging them in general, like in the past? Personally, I think it helps in hindsight. Like in general, it helps more. Personally, I would like doing things through DMs like restores, because I don't want someone else to like butt into the conversation, because like all the mods have access. But the ticket system is how everybody does it now, so it's definitely more helpful, because you can visually see when the channels come up and when a new ticket comes up, and then you're able to go in, and it's just much easier through that Discord. You can have your DMs off too and like just be chill. So
all right, well, that's good to know. So this is coming from somebody named Rarion. I don't know exactly how to say his name, but he seems like he also knows you. He asks, how many monthly actions you get, and how active do you have to be to not be demoted?
It may sound bad, but as I said, it's a trust system, not an activity system. There's no certain quota to not get demoted that you have to stay up to. Personally, I usually do bans restores for like 1, 2, 3 days, and then I take like a week, like sometimes like up to a week, like little break, and like do my own things and actually play other games because I don't only play Rogue. And then within those 3 days, you can collect quite a bit of actions. I think once I got to like, I think the last time I did like a major like 3-day, like 4-day like restore ban, like I focused solely on that instead of playing other games. I got up to like 1k restores, and then that's when I started like not doing them as much and then taking a little break. Because what happens if you're a mod, if you don't balance your schedule, or like if you restore all the time, eventually you're gonna get burnt out, and that's when you actually like do nothing for a long time. If you are able to balance what you do, then you're much more effective in general. Yeah, that's basically it.
All right, thank you for that one. Another question he asks, how do you feel when it comes to mods getting hate and mods being called lazy?
I don't know. Well, not I don't know, but for example, I could do restores and bans for like 3 days straight, like just non-stop, and get a ton of logs, and then I'll be inactive for like another 3 days and do nothing and just be talking to Discord, and then some guy will come on and be like, damn, you haven't been on in 3 days restoring or banning, you're inactive, you're lazy. That's sort of what can happen. Using Dawson as an example again, nobody really knows Dawson as much that I've seen, like nobody mentions him, but people could see him as an inactive mod, like the role, and like think he's lazy because they don't visually see him doing anything, but behind the scenes he's doing so much more than you could imagine. So there's a lot of people that don't understand that.
I see. All right, this is just a personal fun quick question real quick for a little break. Who do you think is the best mod, like the most efficient or the most effective in your opinion?
I don't know how to answer that, because like, I mean, I think all of them are good in their own way. People thought Shira was the completely like, she did a lot. She's very good, don't get me wrong, but people thought she was like the best mod ever because she was so out there with restoring and helping people out. And I could say easily that Shira was a great, like the best mod, for example, but there's also other people that do a lot behind the scenes. So like, once again, I can say somebody's the best mod, but like people like will be like, no, I haven't seen that guy before. But
I see.
I guess I will answer that with myself, obviously.
All right, thank you.
Sarcasm.
Let's see. So when it comes to the way people perceive mods as a whole, do you feel like the mod team or you can personally do anything about it to change the image?
Not really. Community is toxic. It's kind of too late to do that. We're pretty much a year late to making revisions on that. But most people that play this game are just generally toxic. There's been cookie logging, doxing, people like ruined relationships over this game. Like people stop being friends would snake friends for artifacts, scammers, like there's not much you can do in hindsight to fix the toxicity, especially towards mods. It's Rogue Lineage. It's just how Rogue is. So I think one better way, if they really did want to try, is just everybody be active 24/7 doing stuff. But obviously not everybody wants to do that. It makes sense, and even if they don't want to do that, they're still valued. Their insight helps a lot. and their occasional like help with like bans and restores. So you know, it's worth it in the end.
All right. Thank you for that. Next question is, wait, let me scroll down. So, what is your favorite part about moderating for Rogue, and what's your least favorite?
Well, least favorite part is obviously the toxicity. It's not fun having people come into your DMs or like at you and just say like you suck, you know, just like randomly for no reason in the middle of the day. Sometimes it's pretty funny, to be fair. Like when Conda comes into general chat and everybody says they ruined Conda and player general, you know, that's pretty funny to make fun of mods like that. Even though it does genuinely ruin people's days, probably. But yeah, I don't know how else to really respond to that question. I kind of forgot the question. What's the question again? Let me relapse.
Least favorite thing about being a Rogue moderator, and your favorite thing.
Okay, so my favorite thing would definitely be helping the player base, like the player base as in like people that actually like genuinely want help and like that don't troll you. Like there's a lot of like innocent, you can tell they're like younger kids that play the game and it's like their first restore and like you teach them how to get restored and stuff and all that. Like it's a pretty cool experience to be able to help people time to time. It's pretty wholesome. But yeah, once again, least favorite part probably the toxicity.
And just a personal question: has there been a time like you've actually like been pretty upset over some of the things said to you? Like, I don't know, let's just say you're just coming home from school, hopped on Rogue, and you just got a bunch of like DMs or messages that just genuinely made you upset. You don't have to answer if it's too personal.
Nah, it's fine. It's not really that deep to me personally, because I've been in the community long enough. I haven't even been here as long as other mods or people in general, but I've been in the community long enough to know that most of the things said, you know, you just kind of have to brush it off for the most part. The only thing that's like really got to me is the toxicity, but like it doesn't really get to you to the point where like you're crying and your days are ruined because somebody called you a bad mod. It's just more of like stress, you know, in the back of your head. There's like people saying those types of things and like it's just like whatever, because like that's Rogue.
I see. All right, that's good to know that insight, so I appreciate it. So just some random opinion questions. Somebody named Legend Epsilon asks, what's your favorite race in Rogue Lineage, and do you think the races are unbalanced?
Everything is not balanced in this game. There's never going to be balance in this game because of how many classes and different races there are. How much you would have to change to actually fully balance this game is just not realistic. Once FFD Slayer dies as a meta, new thing you'll see is like whatever class got buffed or whatever race got buffed. So yeah, that's my favorite race. Probably Riggin. I can't even lie, I was a Riggin to start off, and so was like a few other people, like older players I know. So yeah, probably Riggin.
Alright, surprising answer. What do you think about Uber Mages in K and the Mana Fly stuff?
I got a friend that like mained Uber Mage for like his whole time playing Rogue, and he can hardly fight anymore, so I think it's good. I think it's pretty balanced. I play Uber Spy and K myself. I pretty much always played it. I was a spy main throughout like most of this game. Not Gaia anymore when I play, because like it's not a good class in general. It's unplayable, and I don't like dying and farming. So I'd say it's definitely more balanced now. I don't think the concept of one player being able to fly over a whole house and just spam worm bombs down on them was ever a good idea, but it's definitely an experience, and at least it's better now.
And I believe a final question. When it comes to going off work as a moderator, is there a certain time limit that a mod can be off work, or can they just indefinitely be off work?
You can just pretty much be off work if you want to. As I said, there's quite a few off work mods that don't really focus on the game anymore, but the time to time they come in and restore and ban and give insight on matters is like really helpful, because they're older players and these newer mods, including myself, I'm pretty new, I'm only like 5 months, 6 months I think. These newer mods, they definitely need like the older insight on what to do and like how to react to certain things. So yes, you can be inactive fully. I always keep active mod role, because when I'm on, I go on do not disturb or the yellow mode on Discord, the idle, and then when I'm offline I go invisible. So basically when I'm offline nobody sees me on the list anyways. And obviously I'm not restoring and banning all the time, but the active mod thing is like, if you need me, if somebody posts like hentai and player general, you know, you can ping me and get them banned. So that's basically what I do it for personally.
Alright, so that's pretty much the whole interview. I do have some like extra fun questions if you'd like to answer those as well. But
Sure, I don't mind.
So just some extra questions. Do you personally want to become a Deep Woken mod?
I'm not sure how my opinion on Deep Woken is in the first place, but if I had the opportunity, sure, yeah. I don't mind the community after all this time. I minded it at first. It was pretty toxic and pretty annoying to be in. But once you get used to it, it's better. Obviously, yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
What is the craziest thing you've banned somebody for?
Oof. I don't know. It's basically all the same, to be honest. I banned this exploiter, and I joined the game and I viewed him, and he was in the shape of a swastika. So I guess that was pretty crazy. So yeah.
Alright, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Last question. Have you ever felt bad for banning somebody before? Let's say the dude was like, please, don't ban me, I beg of you. Or something like that.
Not for exploiters, because they know what they're doing, obviously. I feel bad for their parents. Like, that's a lot of wasted money on like the injector and script and everything, but for people that get restored, like accidentally do double restores and stuff like that, sure, I feel bad if they don't know, but you know, there's rules you have to read. So I mean, to be fair, it's their fault in general. So sure, I felt somewhat bad in some situations for people getting banned for like double restores when they didn't really mean to, but you know, you gotta keep up with the standards, and people gotta get banned if they make a mistake regarding that, because it's a permadeath game, and double restores, getting 2 lives out of 1 glitch life you lost, is like a pretty big deal. So
alright, and finally, what do you think will eventually happen to Rogue after Deep Woken is released?
I don't know. In my opinion, if you want my personal opinion, they did say they would update Rogue and kind of finish off Rogue before Deep Woken came out, but they also said that Deep Woken was supposed to be out by now. So I can't really know what's happening. Even as a mod, I don't really know. Nobody really knows, except obviously Arch and the developers. I think Rogue should definitely be finished off, and that they should try doing as much as they can. And I don't see why, even if Deep Woken comes out, you know, they would just completely ignore Rogue. Like, you can obviously come back, make a few balance updates, and then focus on Deep Woken. You know, Rogue will obviously still make money. There's still going to be new gen players that play the game. I definitely do not think it's going to go down to 0 players and die fully. That's just not the type of game Rogue is. So yeah, that's my opinion on it.
Alright, thank you so much, Jax, for being here today with me. So yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. It was just really nice for Jax to come out and speak on behalf of the moderation team, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.